Hey everyone, Alex here with Reliant Health and Wellness. Today I want to talk about the importance of movement. I know we focus a lot on the term of exercise, but really a lot of the times we just want to start out with moving and the importance of how that impacts our health. So exercise is medicine. It really is. Like the National Institute of Health is launching a massive study to measure what exactly happens to the body when it's in motion and its effects and health benefits. But exercise in itself is a very broad term. So I love this quote actually from the director of the Center for Exercise Medicine at the University of Alabama, where he says, it's not good enough to look at a patient and say, you need to exercise. It's no different than handling someone a bottle of pills and saying, here, take a few. And when you think about it for a minute, it really is a valid comparison. Some people might think I'm a little nuts for saying it's a valid comparison, but to be honest, when you look at the extent of what exercise can be to someone, it's not a terribly far off comparison. The actual documented benefits that we can absolutely stand behind and say are benefits to our bodies when they're in movement are increased blood flow to the brain. It actually helps to create new vessels and ways for circulation to get around the body. It triggers the releases of chemicals that dull pain and lighten mood. It protects our telomeres. So actually this is where anti-aging comes in and the science behind your cells aging more gracefully. So the little telomere caps at the end, it helps protect those. They wear and tear over time as you age, and as they do, the integrity of your cells also decrease. So by protecting these, you're protecting your cells, which then slows the aging process. Your body is able to burn fat for energy rather than carbohydrates, which helps those fat cells sink. So that's a lot of the time what most people think of when they think exercise. They think fat loss. Increases the blood flow to the skin. So if there is a wound or you're going through some healing, because it increases that blood flow up to the skin surface, to the top layer, it actually helps the skin heal faster. Repeated weight bearing will help your muscles grow, but also in turn put some pressure on those bones and increase the density in those. So again, falls have a decreased risk of more major breaks and fractures in them over time. It increases your heart rate, which keeps your blood pumping to your body's tissue and the heart itself. When the heart pumps, it actually also has to feed into itself. So when you have a heart attack, that's what's happening is your blood is actually not even being able to pump to itself, and it's really nasty cascade. So the more efficiently your body can perfuse itself, so get that circulation around, the better it is for it. It also increases your life expectancy by up to 5 years. So again, if you have grandkids, you have lots to do on your to-do list still, and you really want to be around for those extra 5 years, because really who doesn't? But if you do, exercise might be one of those things that will help improve your abilities to do that. It doesn't need to be complicated. It's something that you need a little guidance with. So how much do you really need to do? Let's start with that. So the World Health Organization and the Center for Disease Control and Prevention advises that adults do about 150 minutes of moderate aerobic exercise a week. So that's either 25 minutes a day, which can also be broken up, so 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, and twice weekly to do some muscle strengthening, whether it's free weights or playing with your grandkids and picking those guys up. Just increasing that muscle strength is also important. So what counts as moderately intensive exercise? So every time you think of exercise, think of a lot of the stuff that you already do. So gardening, house cleaning, going up and down the stairs, going for a brisk walk, taking the dog for a walk, playing with the kids, dancing. When I have a lot of house cleaning to do, I will just put my music on and I run around the house, I'm doing laundry, and I'm just bopping around as I go. I'm probably burning a lot of my calories, and I'm getting in those 25 minutes a day because it takes more than 25 minutes to clean my house. So I'm getting a lot of that exercise in during that time. So again, you can split it up. 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 15 minutes, that kind of thing. And you can really get to that goal quickly, but you need to get up and you need to do something. Do I have to do weights? Yes, you do. You have to, in some way, do some weight-bearing activities. But doing both, there are a lot of great activity to both. And again, that bone density piece, you can't get that from cardio. And that's going to, protect your bones and also against injury. So if you roll your ankle, you can bounce back a lot faster if your muscles are already stronger, your ligaments are stronger and well hydrated, I might add. Again, coming back from injury, if you have good muscle tone and you exercise, you're already ahead of the game. High intensity versus low intensity. So this is kind of gauging you going full out to, again, like we were talking about, a bit of a brisk walk, taking the dog for a walk, getting that heart rate up, but not breaking a massive sweat. Studies have shown 10 minutes of a high intensity exercise has the same health benefits of a 50-minute low to moderate intense workout. So if time is of the essence for you and you still want to get the benefits, you might want to take a look at something like a high intensity workout where you go for a short period of time, give it your all, but then you're done. Versus having to now stretch that activity out to 40, 50, 60 minutes, doing something a little slower. But not everybody is at that point where they can go for 10 minutes solid. You have to work up to it. So in some instances, it works to kind of get that low moderate level up and then testing the waters with the high intensity as it goes. There is evidence out there. So there's research studies showing that the high intensity workouts have been determined to be beneficial for things like chronic disease, like type 2 diabetes and heart failure with the right parameters. So again, this is where if you have an illness that you're trying to improve with activity, you definitely want to have some guidance as you go about it. For those who are considered very, very sick, there's still benefits to you getting your heart rate up going for a walk. Even things like counteracting depression. Depression, anxiety, mood, and energy levels are all significantly impacted by exercise. So even if it has to be just going for a walk, going up and down your stairs at home, getting on a bike, going for a nice ride, even if it's a matter of you have an injury and you're just working all of your other muscles, you have the resistance band and you're working with that in your home, it doesn't necessarily require a gym membership. But there are definitely added benefits to being in a place where fitness is their business. On to the weightlifting. According to Penn State University, the kinesiology department there, lifting fewer weights at a higher repetition can give you the same amount of muscle and bone benefit as lifting those heavy weights fewer times. So if it scares you to look at this kettlebell or this big weight and you're like, I'm never going to lift that, if you just lift a smaller weight more times, you're getting the same health benefits that they're showing at the kinesiology department. And I believe McMaster also has a similar study to show this similar results. Is that if you're not up for grunting the big weights, just doing more repetitions of the smaller weights can give you the same benefits. So there's 3 ways to get stronger without lifting the heavy weights. Using your own body weight, so doing things like squats, lunges, push-ups, planks, even things like yoga where you're using your own body weight to hold. Don't get me wrong, you try planking for 3 minutes. And even though you're not holding a big dumbbell, trust me, your legs and your arms will get shaky. Doing those body weights is a great way to start. If you're not ready to get to the gym just yet, or you're not fully confident that, busting out the dumbbells is what's for you, starting with your own body weight is a great place to start. Using resistance bands, so up in the corner, you can see them up here. Here's one over here. I love resistance band workouts. They're great. So you're using a bit of the band. Again, nothing heavy or cumbersome, nothing weird to get a grip on. It's just these bands and you're using those and they give you just enough resistance to actually make those muscles work harder against that pulling mode. As you get stronger, they do have different resistance levels. So you can start at the lower one and then work your way up if you find that you need to challenge yourself a little bit more. And then if you have a gym membership and it's easier for you to start on the machines than to go and pick up a set of weights. It's more controlled. There's safeguards on them. So there's less likely a chance you're going to have an injury because of it. But always, if you're going to start something new and you feel like you're just totally lost, always ask for guidance. So you can always ask a personal trainer, make an appointment with that, even if it's just to set you up with a plan that you can be doing at home so yet you know that it's safe. Someone who's got physiotherapy as a background, or sometimes some of the healthcare professionals are able to give you a bit of a plan as to how to best go about introducing weight training into your daily routine for fitness and health. If you want more energy, so if you're looking to exercise and you're really focusing in on the benefit of increasing your energy, you want to be doing some exercise 3 to 4 times per week at least. Even people with conditions like fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue. There was a University of Georgia reviewed 70 studies determining that 20 minutes of a low to moderate intensity workout 3 to 4 times a week will increase your energy, even if your baseline is a chronic condition that decreases it. Again, these exercises will look like biking, walking, strength exercising, and stretching. So again, yoga is a great way to go. Physical activity increases the number and the sizes of mitochondria. So this is kind of your sciencey background, but mitochondria are the powerhouses of your cells. So the better they work, the better your cells are going to work, the more energy you're going to get out of your body. And that's one of the things that exercise will do for you. If you want to ease some health conditions, go slow and ask a pro. This is kind of that guideline for all. So if you do have one or many conditions that keep making it difficult to exercise, or that you are being treated for medically, you want to start slow, and you definitely want to be asking a professional in the field. So someone with, again, PT or physiotherapy, personal trainers who can really help guide you as to what works best for you so that you have healthy benefits without any bumps along the way. So exercise can really ease the symptoms of chronic conditions like arthritis. It can even reverse high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes. It reduces pain by increasing blood flow to the area and promoting those feel-good chemicals in your body and endorphins. So this is why something like fibromyalgia will benefit from some movement and exercise. You try to avoid injury and burnout, again, by going slow, several minutes here, or 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there throughout the week, and building it up. You want to build endurance and strength over months, not days and weeks. So allow yourself that mentality that you might not see or feel anything for the first few days or weeks. It might take a few months before you really need to see it, and it's good to know that ahead of time so you're not disappointed after 2 or 3 weeks of all of these changes, and then you're like, it's not doing anything. It is, but you got to give it some more time. Get the okay from your primary care practitioner, so doctor or nurse practitioner, to get the okay so that they know ahead of time as well. They might want to advise you on some certain things to monitor, and they'll be able to keep an eye on some of maybe your medications or blood work to see if these changes are being beneficial, and they can change your care plan, but they need to know that you're getting into the exercise. And again, going to those physiotherapists, physiologists, personal trainers to give you a personalized plan. Again, with that analogy to the beginning with a pill bottle, you don't want to say just go exercise. You want some guidance with that. So prescriptive exercise in a sense that way. So if you want to be less stressed or less depressed, this is another big benefit from exercise. So exercise regularly, but not too hard. You don't want to stress your body out more than it already is. So if you're exercising and you're finding that after you're exercising, you're exhausted and you need to take a nap, you're probably overdoing it and you want to actually rein it back in a little bit and go softer, but definitely still exercise. They've shown that women who engage in regular exercise tend to have less stress and anxiety, higher self-esteem than those who are inactive, even in those tough times in life. Those are the ones who can manage a lot better and cope than those who don't exercise at all. If you've been diagnosed with depression, aerobic exercise is an actual proven mood booster. But other forms of exercise can also be helpful, things like yoga and strength training. From Duke University, found that doing 45 minutes 3 times per week actually improves your mood as much as taking the antidepressant Zoloft, without, of course, the side effects. So if getting off medications is something that you want to go for, something here looking at the benefits of exercise are significant enough that you could possibly decrease or remove a medication altogether. But again, you want to do it under the guidance of a healthcare professional. So very, very important there, but the benefits are strong enough. If that's a goal that you want to do, is get off some medications, this might be something you definitely want to give a try in partnership with your healthcare professional. And try to stay away from any exercise that leaves you feeling like you've punished yourself. You know, if it's like, oh my goodness, I have to go there again, I feel like such a bag of potatoes when I'm done, it's probably not the right fit for you. You want to be doing something where you feel better after, you feel energized, you have a little bit of a, whew, that was great, okay, I'm done, we're good. Everybody sometimes has a little challenges of getting to the gym, starting the exercise, especially when you're first starting it, but you shouldn't dread going because of how you feel after. So if that's the case, then you might want to change up to a different type of exercise. Just saying, from a mood point of view, but also on a physiological level, you might actually be stressing yourself out a little bit more, and you either need to take it down a notch or switch the exercise type that you're doing. All right, guys, so that is it for me today. I hope that you learned some interesting things about exercise that you can actually start to engage in your life. If you're already a big exerciser, I hope you took away some of the importance that will keep you on track and keep you motivated to keep exercise and movement as a big part of your life. You know, if it's something that's new to you, something that you never really thought would make a difference, hopefully now you kind of can appreciate how much more it will improve your life, regardless of kind of what your baseline is now. Even if you can barely get out of the chair some days, just starting to move those limbs even in where you're at. Start where you're at. And always ask for help if you find that you're a little lost. And on that note, I am off to the gym. I'm going to go get my workout in for today. And I hope you health and happiness, and I will see you again then.